Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK Today. I hope you all are doing very well, and today we'll be discussing the most important MCQs for 14th of June 2024. Let's start with our session. The first question is, recently Prem Singh Tamang became the Chief Minister of which Himalayan state? Here correct answer is B option, Sikkim. And he was sworn in as the Chief Minister of Sikkim for the second term on 10th of June. Okay. He took the oath in Nepali, administered by Governor Lakshman Prasad Acharya at Paljor Stadium in Gangtok, and it was attended by thousands of supporters. Despite a firecracker ban, celebrations erupted. 11 other ministers, including Sonam Lama and Arun Kumar Upreti, were also sworn in. Okay, so who is the new Chief Minister of Sikkim state? Answer would be Mr. Prem Singh Tamang. Now in the next slide we will talk about some recent elections. The first question is, recently which country's former Prime Minister has been elected as the President of the upcoming 79th session of United Nations General Assembly? This is the country Cameroon. Okay, and yesterday we have talked about this question. Who is the former Prime Minister of Cameroon who has been elected as the President of the 79th session of United Nations General Assembly? The name of that person is Philemon Yang. Do remember the name, it's very important. Okay. Recently which countries were elected as the non-permanent members of United Nations Security Council for the 2025 to 26 term? So these countries are Pakistan, second is Somalia country, third one is Panama, then fourth is Denmark, and the fifth one is Greece. Okay, these are the 5 countries that have been elected as the non-permanent members of United Nations Security Council for this time period. Recently Hela Thomas' daughter has been elected as the president of which country? Your answer would be Iceland. Recently Gitanas Nausėda has been re-elected as the president of which country? Answer would be the country Lithuania. Recently, who has been re-elected to the International Narcotics Control Board for the term 2025 to 2030? This is Jagjit Pavadia. Okay, he has been elected to International Narcotics Control Board for the term 2025 to 2030. The next question is, recently a rare 4-horned antelope has been sighted for the first time in which tiger reserve of Madhya Pradesh? So this is a rare 4-horned antelope, and also it is known as Chosingha. It was sighted for the first time in the Virangana Durgavati Tiger Reserve. Previously, it was known as Noradehi Sanctuary. So this is the smallest Asian antelope, and it is endemic to India and Nepal. These antelopes inhabit dry, deciduous forest and hilly terrains, basically with significant grass or undergrowth cover. They are distinguished by 4 horns, only males grow them, and this species is listed as vulnerable in the IUCN Red List. Okay, so your correct answer is Virangana Durgavati Tiger Reserve. Do remember the location, it lies in Madhya Pradesh state. Okay. In the next slide we will see the locations of some important tiger reserves that were in news in the previous few days. Satyamangalam Tiger Reserve, recently seen in the news, is located in which Indian state? Satyamangalam Tiger Reserve lies in Tamil Nadu. Tadoba Andhari Tiger Reserve, recently seen in the news, is located in which Indian state? It lies in Maharashtra. Recently, the Supreme Court has ordered the Rajasthan government to shutter 68 mines operating within a 1 kilometers periphery of the critical tiger habitat of which tiger reserve? This is Sariska Tiger Reserve. Okay. Bhadra Tiger Reserve, recently seen in the news, is located in which Indian state? It lies in Karnataka. And last is, recently which country hosted the Sustainable Finance for Tiger Landscapes Conference? The venue for this conference was the country Bhutan. Okay. Where was the 112th session of International Labour Conference of International Labour Organization held recently? So Indian delegation, which was led by Secretary Sumita Davra, attended the 112th session of International Labour Conference in Geneva, Switzerland, where they discussed India's labour reforms, social security for informal workers, and the female labour participation. So meeting with ILO leaders focused on global skills mapping, social security, green jobs and the skill workers migration. This delegation emphasized the care sector's importance, highlighting initiatives like Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana and its GDP impact. Okay. So what was the venue for this conference of International Labour Organization? Your answer would be Geneva, Switzerland. Also the headquarters of International Labour Organization lies in Geneva. Okay. Now in the next slide we will talk about some important summits and the conferences. The first question is, recently where was the 4th International Conference on Small Island Developing States held? Here answer is Antigua and Barbuda. Okay. Recently where was the International Conference on Nuclear Security held? Your answer should be Vienna, Austria. Okay. Recently where was the India's Progressive Path in the Administration of Criminal Justice System conference held? This conference took place in Guwahati in Assam state. Recently where was the Ocean Decade Conference 2024 held? Answer is Barcelona in the country of Spain. Okay. Also you have to tell me, when do we observe the World Ocean Day? Recently where was an International Humanitarian Conference for Sudan held? This conference took place in Paris. Fine. Recently which armed force has launched Vidyut Rakshak, which is an integrated generator monitoring, protection and control system? So Indian Army has introduced the Vidyut Rakshak, which is a generator monitoring, protection and control system that is developed by Army Design Bureau. It utilizes the Internet of Things technology and it automates the operations. It actually predicts the faults and it works with all generator types. Basic aim here is to save the manpower. Also it is the part of Year of Tech Absorption and it highlights the Army's tech commitment. Vidyut Rakshak showcased at Aero India 2023 is now in use by the Indian Army. Okay, so your correct answer is the option Indian Army. They have launched the Vidyut, which is an integrated generator monitoring, protection and control system. In the next slide we will talk about some important exercises that were in use. The first question is, recently where was the Japan-India Maritime Exercise 2024 GMEX 24 started? This exercise started recently in Yokosuka. Yokosuka lies in Japan. Okay. Exercise Tarkash, a joint counter-terrorism exercise recently held between which two countries? Exercise Tarkash is the exercise between India and US. Which two countries recently carried out the 7th edition of the joint military exercise named as Shakti? This is India and France. Shakti is the exercise between India and France. Duslik joint military exercise recently seen in the news conducted between which two countries? This is the military exercise between India and Uzbekistan. IMT trilateral exercise recently seen in the news is conducted between which one of the following countries? IMT trilateral exercise is between India and Mozambique and the third country is Tanzania. Okay. Next is, which state government has recently established a Samadhan Prakosht in the Chief Secretary's office to resolve the public grievances? So your correct answer would be Haryana state, that is the option. Haryana government has launched the Samadhan Prakosht within the Chief Secretary's office to address the public grievances efficiently, and this initiative includes Samadhan Shivir sessions at district and the sub-divisional headquarters daily. Basic aim here is to resolve the issues promptly. Public grievances are categorized into policy matters and implementation hurdles. Okay. So they are handled respectively at the state headquarters and the district levels. Key officials convene daily at the deputy commissioners and SDO civil offices to address these concerns. Okay. So Haryana state government has established this Samadhan Prakosht. Basic aim is to resolve the public grievances. Now let's talk about some state related current affairs. Recently, which state government announced the development of Maharana Pratap Tourist Circuit with 100 crore rupees investment? This is the announcement from Rajasthan state government. Rajaji Raghav Biosphere Reserve, recently designated as India's first private biosphere, is located in which Indian state? So India's first private biosphere reserve is Rajaji Raghav Biosphere Reserve and it lies in the state of Uttarakhand. Okay. Don't forget that Uttarakhand was also in news because few days back it has organized the Nakshatra Sabha campaign. Why? To promote the astro tourism in the state. Okay. Nishi tribe recently seen in the news is the largest ethnic group of which Indian state? Nishi tribe is found in Arunachal Pradesh predominantly. Ashtamudi Lake recently seen in the news due to microplastic pollution is located in which Indian state? This lake is found in the state of Kerala. According to CEA, which state has emerged as the leading state in terms of addition of transmission lines by the state transmission utilities in financial year 24. This is the state UP. Okay. Next question is, Iga Swiatek, who recently won the French Open 2024 women's title, belongs to which country? So she is from the country Poland, and she secured her third consecutive French Open women's title by defeating whom? She has defeated Jasmine Paolini. Okay. And don't forget that Iga Swiatek holds the world #1 rank in the women's singles as per the Women's Tennis Association. Okay. So who is the winner for French Open in the women's title? Answer is Iga Swiatek, and she is from Poland. Now let's see some women empowerment related current affairs. Recently, who became the first woman helicopter pilot of Indian Navy? This is an extremely important question, and answer is Anamika B. Rajiv. Okay. Sub Lieutenant Anamika B. Rajiv made history at INS Rajali by becoming the first woman in the Indian Navy to fly a helicopter. This milestone was achieved during the 102nd Helicopter Conversion Course Passing Out Parade. Vice Admiral Rajesh Pindharkar awarded the Golden Wings to 21 officers at this event, which marked the end of Stage 1 training for the 4th Basic Helicopter Conversion Course on 7th of June. Okay, so basically, who is the first woman helicopter pilot of Indian Navy? This is Anamika B. Rajiv. Recently, which state government has reserved 33% of government contract jobs for women? This is the state Karnataka. Also, don't forget that 33% of seats are specifically reserved for the women in the Bar Association Committee as per the Supreme Court order. Okay. Recently, who has become the oldest woman to climb the Mount Everest? This is Jyoti Ratre. Many a times we have discussed about her. Recently, who became the first woman sniper of the Border Security Force? This is Suman Kumari. And last question is, recently who has won the 2024 Italian Open title in the women's category? Once again, answer is Iga Swiatek. And if you talk about the men's category, winner was Alexander Zverev. Okay. Which ministries have initiated the preparations for organization of International Day of Yoga 2024? Here answer is Ministry of Information and Broadcasting along with Ministry of Ayush. They are gearing up for International Day of Yoga 2024, which is celebrated annually on 21st of June. Okay. So they are focusing on media and outreach plans. Various media units under Information and Broadcasting, including Prasar Bharati and New Media Wing, will promote the common yoga protocol benefits. Prasar Bharati will broadcast special programs via the Doordarshan and All India Radio. Ayush will share the Yoga Geet in across all the platforms. This initiative also includes the Antarashtriya Yoga Divas Media Samman to honor the media contribution in spreading the yoga awareness. Okay, so which two ministries are involved in the preparation of organization of International Day of Yoga for 21st of June? This is Ministry of Information and Broadcasting along with Ministry of Ayush. Okay, in the next slide we will talk about important days and themes. The first question is, what is the theme of World Oceans Day 2024? Let me tell you that we celebrate the World Ocean Day on 8th of June. This year the theme is Awaken New Depth. Okay. What is the theme for World Food Safety Day 2024? We celebrate this day on 7th of June. This year the theme is Prepare for the Unexpected. Okay. Which country hosted the World Environment Day 2024? So this year the host was Saudi Arabia, and we celebrate this day on 5th of June. Which day is observed as International Day of Innocent Children Victims of Aggression every year? We observe this day on 4th of June. And last is, which day is observed as World Milk Day every year? We celebrate World Milk Day on 1st of June. Okay. Next is, which IIT has recently collaborated with NASA to study the multi-drug resistant pathogens on the International Space Station? So IIT Madras and the NASA are investigating multi-drug resistant pathogens aboard the International Space Station with potential implications for astronaut health and Earth. So this study focuses on Enterobacter, and it is a common pathogen on the ice's surface which delves into genomic, functional and metabolic enhancement of these pathogens. So this finding could help in developing the strategies to combat the drug-resistant infections both in the space as well as on Earth. Okay, so IIT Madras has collaborated with NASA so as to make a study on multi-drug resistant pathogens that are there on the International Space Station. Now let's talk about some important space-related current affairs. First one is Akatsuki mission recently seen in the news is associated with which space agency? This mission is associated with JAXA, which is the space agency of Japan. Which space organization recently developed the computational fluid dynamics software named as Pravah? Pravah has been developed by ISRO. Okay. Recently, NASA collaborated with which space agency to develop a standardized time system for the moon? So NASA has collaborated with European Space Agency to develop a standardized time system for the moon. Recently, ISRO collaborated with which company for sustainable space exploration through additive manufacturing? This is Wipro 3D company. And last is Earth Cloud Aerosol and Radiation Explorer, that is Earth Care satellite mission. Recently seen in the news is a joint venture between which two space agencies? It is a joint venture between European Space Agency and JAXA. Okay. Next question is, recently who has made history as the first Indian mixed martial arts fighter to win in the UFC? Here correct answer would be Pooja Tomar, that is A option. So she is from Uttar Pradesh and recently she made history as the first Indian MMA fighter to win in the UFC. Before UFC, she secured 5 national wushu titles, and her recent victory against Rayane Dos Santos showcased her resilience, winning via split decision with a good score. Okay, so Pooja Tomar is the first Indian mixed martial arts, means she is the first MMA fighter to win in the UFC. Now let's see some important records that have been created these days. Which Indian para-athlete created a world record of 55.06 seconds in the women's 400 meters T20 category at the ongoing Para Athletics World Championships 2024 in Kobe, Japan? The venue for this championship is Kobe, Japan. And which Indian para-athlete has created this record? The answer is Deepti Jiwanji. Okay. Mykolas Alekna, who recently broke the longest standing men's world record in the discus throw, belongs to which country? So he is from the country Lithuania. Okay. Which Russian cosmonaut recently set the record for spending the maximum time, means around 1000 days in space? The name of this cosmonaut is Oleg Kononenko and he is from Russia. Which Indian mountaineer has recently made history by becoming the first person to scale the Mount Everest and Mount Lhotse twice in one season? Answer would be Satyadeep Gupta. Okay. And the last question is, recently which airport has made history by becoming the first airport in India to achieve the zero waste to landfill accolade? Answer would be Thiruvananthapuram International Airport. Fine. Now the last question is, which country has announced an action plan to eliminate 1 million Indian house crows by the end of 2024? This is the government of Kenya. They aim to eliminate 1 million invasive Indian house crows by the end of 2024 due to their harmful impact on the local ecosystem and public nuisance, especially in the coastal regions. Actually, these crows prey on endangered birds and disrupt ecosystem. The plan includes mechanical and targeted culling methods and licensed poison for control so that they can revive their efforts. And the species was originated from India and Asia. Okay. So Kenya government has announced this action plan to eliminate 1 million Indian house crows by the end of 2024. Now let's see some international current affairs. The first question is, New Caledonia recently seen in the news is an overseas territory of which country? So this is a overseas territory of France country. Actually, the Socialist Kanak National Liberation Front in New Caledonia has requested the French President Emmanuel Macron to drop the electoral reform plan, and it is a French territory in the South Pacific that was colonized in the year 1853. Okay, so the Kanaks became a minority due to French migration, leading to an independence movement. Despite different referendums favoring the French control, tensions persist, and this island is strategically significant for France because it is rich in natural resources like nickel. Okay, so New Caledonia or Caledonia is an overseas territory of France country. Next is Przewalski horses recently seen in the news were reintroduced in the steppes of which country? Answer would be Kazakhstan. Okay, they are the last truly wild horse and they are being reintroduced to the Kazakhstan steppes, and they are usually found in countries like Mongolia, China and Kazakhstan, also France and Russia. Okay. Which country has recently unveiled its new deep standoff long range air launched ballistic missile named as Air LoRa? This is the country Israel. Israel Aerospace Industries has unveiled the Air LoRa, which is an air launched variant of the LoRa ballistic missile. It is designed for striking high value targets and it features advanced navigation, anti-jamming capabilities, and it can operate in the extreme conditions. So Air LoRa boasts a robust warhead, high mission success rate, and it can be integrated into various airborne platforms. So its supersonic speed and the 90-degree attack angle enhances its effectiveness against the well-protected target. Okay, so your correct answer is Israel. Mount Fuji recently seen in the news is located in which country? Mount Fuji lies in the country Japan. Which country recently unveiled a monumental 700 meters pedestrian bridge named as Bridge of National Unity? This bridge is found in the country Hungary. Recently it has been inaugurated there. Okay, so these are the most important current affairs and the news from today. And now let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions, and at the end of the lecture do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, Minu Hadsana signing off.